my back, Annie. Where's the doctor? Okay. How are y'all doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Dr. Helms.
I'm Miss Gonzalez. This is Annie.
Okay, Annie, I went ahead and ordered my nurses to start you on that breathing treatment. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
Do you feel like you're breathing better?
Yeah.
Okay, then we can go ahead and we can take you off this breathing treatment.
Okay.
All right, why don't you go ahead and tell me what happened?
So today I was playing outside with my friend, and we were playing frisbee, and she threw the frisbee really hard, and I went to run after, and I just kind of like started.
Is this the first time something like this has happened to you?
Well, in the past, she had a lot of shortness of breath. She would wheeze a lot, and whenever I would take her to the park to play, she didn't have that much energy, and also at night, she coughed a lot, so I didn't know what it was.
Is it okay if I go ahead and take a listen to you?
Sure.
Take it. Y'all know what asthma is?
Not really.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to explain it to y'all. Asthma is when your airways, they narrow due to the extra production of mucus. So it's almost like when you're having an asthma attack, you're like breathing through a straw. So just imagine how hard that is. So did you really feel like you couldn't breathe?
Yeah.
It was pretty difficult. Did it scare you?
Yeah, I was only getting little breaths.
Yeah, it's because you're basically, instead of having the easy normal path of breathing, your airway is restricted to the size of a straw, and it's not very good. It makes you panic. You feel like you were probably felt like you were dying.
Yeah.
All right, so in your respiratory system, you have this very important part called bronchioles, and during an asthma attack, your bronchioles, they experience bronchospasm, and basically bronchospasm is when your bronchioles just suddenly constrict. So it's almost just like making a fist, so that just blocks your airway, and it makes it very hard to breathe. I would say that there's no cure for asthma, so this is something that you're gonna have to deal with. But there is ways that we can prevent it and we can control it. Ways that we can prevent it is by avoiding triggers. So some of the triggers are pets. Do you all have any pets?
Yeah, we have 2 cats and a dog.
So those could be just something that triggers her asthma, along with pollen, dust in the house. If you have a common cold, that can make your asthma even worse. Or exercise. So you said whenever you witnessed this, you were out running around. So exercise probably does worsen your asthma. So another way we can control asthma is by giving you an inhaler. So an inhaler, let's see, I have one right here. This is an inhaler, and inside of it is a drug called albuterol. And albuterol is a bronchodilator. So whenever you take one puff, it's going to go in through your airways, and it's going to reverse everything that's happened. So instead of having constricted airways, it's going to open them up and provide easy airflow. So this is something that I'm probably going to send you home here today with this. We're gonna get you a prescription, we're gonna get you one. So this is gonna become an important part of your life. I'm gonna go ahead and give you some other things that will help you when you're having an asthma attack. So whenever you're having an asthma attack, you always wanna make sure that you have this inhaler with you. But if you don't, I'm gonna give you 3 easy tips that can help you. You always wanna make sure that you sit up straight, okay? So whenever you're having an asthma attack, don't lean over, because that just restricts your airflow even more. Also, you wanna make sure you stay calm. If the more you hyperventilate, the more you get worried and everything, it doesn't help with your breathing. And lastly, you want to take long, deep breaths, okay? So whenever you're having an asthma attack, just sit there, sit upright, stay calm, and just take long, deep breaths. You're normally going to have this with you, but if you don't, those will help you and those will control the asthma attack, because you don't want to come in here like you did today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you this prescription that you can take to your pharmacy, and they're going to get you your inhaler. Is there any questions y'all have for me?
So, is she gonna die?
I can promise you that asthma is not something that she's going to die from as long as we control it. So if we use your inhaler that you're going to get, and I also recommend that you get a nebulizer like we used at the beginning. This will control your asthma, and your asthma will never become that big of a problem. Whenever you feel like your symptoms are getting worse, at night before you go to bed, you can use the nebulizer. Carry your inhaler around. If you ever feel like you're about to have an asthma attack, just pull it out. And if you take one puff of it, it will automatically relieve your symptoms. But I can promise you, over time, the asthma is going to eventually go away. You won't even realize that you have it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Is everything good? Any more questions?
I think we're okay.
Would you like a sticker?
Sure.
Let's see.
Mama, it's a frog.
Oh my god,
My
that's your favorite.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thank you so much.
I hope y'all have a good day. If y'all need anything else, y'all can come back and see me.
Thank you.